Welcome to the number one friendship podcast in the world. I'm Matt Ritter.
I'm Aaron Cairo. Wow, in the world now.
Yeah, we're blowing up. You guys could go to audible.com/the buddy system to check out our audio original. Cairo, did I tell you I stopped by the Audible Story House in New York?
I stopped by the Audible Story
I
House,
never talked about this. I stopped by last week or 2 weeks ago.
but I didn't actually see our Audible there.
Yeah, they didn't have the little tile. I think we should have asked them in advance to put our tile. They only put like Mel Robbins and whoever, Jay Shetty in the self
I don't know
help.
if
But
you, yeah,
yeah,
I don't know if you went to the second floor,
yes,
uh,
the Audible bar, the story tender.
but you could on the other side there was like you could like write your favorite, current Audible original. I wrote the buddy system, and
I did the
yeah,
exact same.
yeah.
I got to send you a picture. I think I may have took a picture of it.
Well, then I don't know if you saw people were checking like doing +1, like, oh, I love Jay Shetty. I did a +1 of the thing that I wrote for ourselves.
That was smart. I didn't do that. I took my mom. Yeah, they gave us free hats and stuff because I told them we had an Audible original.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get
I
that.
didn't get a free hat. No, you weren't with your mom. If you were with your mom, you would have gotten a free hat.
Uh,
So anyway, so yeah, I just thought that was really cool. You guys should check out the Audible Story House. They're doing fun live events there.
I think it's done. I think it's done.
So it was a pop up, but they'll do another one, I think, because it was
Yeah.
successful.
Yeah.
So, Kiro, there's a funny term that I don't know if it's new or maybe I'm just catching on, but I think it's a funny one and very relevant. So I thought we could just do it as a topic. Have you heard the term friend bombing?
Friend bombing. Is
Yeah.
it? No, I don't know what that is.
Well, so you know what love bombing is, right?
So my interpretation of love bombing is like like you meet someone, you're like, oh, you're so great, you're amazing, and then you just like cold.
Right. Like you go crazy with the texts and you were like fly them to, I don't know, San Tropez or something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you just never talk to them again.
Yeah.
Uh, so apparently friend bombing is a new term that's kind of similar, is that like when one person accelerates a friendship way faster than natural. So yes, like texting constantly after one hang, inviting you to everything immediately, oversharing is a huge one. I don't know, maybe some people are calling them their best friend after a month.
Hmm.
Making big future plans like way early. So kind of like the friendship equivalent of love bombing. Have you ever experienced this?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Now we've talked in previous episodes about 24-hour friends where you're like
Yeah.
away and you meet someone and you just hang out for 2 days straight. But I don't know that I've ever like really carried it on like that.
Do you
Have
think
you?
part of why this is happening is because of the loneliness epidemic, that people are so starved for friendship that they're like hyper accelerating now when they meet somebody they like?
It could be that. I think it could be like people are also out of practice.
Mm.
Like, if you're not getting your friendship reps in, it's hard to remember how to do it normally.
Hey, do you want to be my best friend? I have an extra ticket to makeup.
It could be sometimes you're like, I don't even know when I'll see this person again because it's so hard to get anybody together.
Right.
Uh I mean, some the thing about love bombing is that like it's kind of diabolical because then you pull away. Are you saying that in friendship bombing, then you like ghost the person?
I don't think you have to. I think it's just about the bombing part. I think it's just
Right.
like it feels unnatural.
Mm.
Well, let's back up. I think part of why people are doing this, I do think everyone, like there's a lot of people lonely. We do crave connection. And so it feels really good. There's something that's a really good feeling about it. Um, like we want people to like us, right? And like I don't know, most of adult friendship gets a little like, I don't want to say boring, but it's pretty status quo. So like if somebody comes in to the picture fast and furious, it's fun, right?
I think I may be pro friendship bombing.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I think most of my recent adult friends happen fast, and I do fully believe that you have to level up fast. we talked about this in the Audible, right? That we do believe that there's a certain momentum that is needed in adult friendship. Otherwise, you just fall into like, good to see you, Jim. Jim, I'm
Yeah.
saying Jim now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I guess I do believe friendship bombing is mostly good because you're putting yourself out there, you're being vulnerable. And I do believe that if you're really going to level up and make somebody a close friend as an adult, it does have to happen quickly.
Speaking of that, I forgot to tell you that I do need to issue a correction from an earlier episode this year.
Oh.
I asked my sister, I accidentally said that my sister met a new friend while giving blood, and we were both excited because we had never heard of that as a
Yeah,
third
that was
place.
awesome. It didn't happen.
Yes. No, she met them at a work event and she just also gave blood that had nothing to do with
You're like James Fry.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
You're like Steve Van Nazazi who lied about being in the building at 9/11.
Yeah. Oh my God. Or who was the guy who went to Penn? The Stephen Glass? Is that his name?
What did he do?
He also like fabricated all of his things.
Well, who is he? I don't even know who that
It was,
is.
it was basically another James Fry, like a junior James Fry, but he was on he wrote it for the DP in college. But by the way, James
Okay.
Fry was
Well,
my
okay.
sister. Anyway,
So
um,
is there okay, let's just talk about what is the downside of friend bombing? Because you and I, it sounds like we both like the idea.
well, okay. Number one, you got to make sure you don't love bomb them, which is that like eventually they pull away. You just need them
Yeah,
for 2 weeks because you're in a fight with your
right.
best and leave them high and dry. Not cool.
Yeah.
Number two, it's possible your decision making. This is like getting, when like celebrities get married after 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Because everything seems hunky and dory. Like you don't know the person yet. You haven't had
Right.
the level up moments, which we talk about in the buddy
Right.
system. You haven't met their parents or traveled with them. They could, so they may not be right for you. Other downsides is you could be neglecting your other friends. Oh, where's Jeff been for the past 6 months? Oh, well, he made a new friend, so he's not hanging out anymore. Let's see.
Yeah. I think also to add to that, I think just sometimes you're just like you may not be compatible, you're just both available sometimes. You know? Like
Yeah.
sometimes there's just somebody, like you're saying, like sometimes there's just somebody around for a little while. And so then you're spending a lot of time with that person. But they may not necessarily be the right person for you. Also, nobody can sustain that kind of like intensity, right? Sometimes intensity is mistaken for closeness in romantic relationships. That happens a lot. That's what love bombing essentially is, right? Like you confuse the intensity for actual quality closeness.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, also, it is you and I have discussed of like it's tough to get someone from a fringe friend to a binge friend or an acquaintance to a buddy. Like you got to skip over that small talk and
Yeah.
like, you know, also, how about this? You know how we say that our dude friends, I'm sorry, that men don't know anything about their male friends. They don't know where they
Right.
work or what they're like. What if you could get all that information up top in a
Right.
quick
No, it's
cliff
good.
note?
I mean, I think it would be good. Look,
Cliff notes. Yeah.
I think it's great to get into a fast friendship, but I guess the truth is all friendships level into like a regular state, don't they?
I think they all generally regress to the mean, unless they actually are your new bestie
Right.
and guys are going to hang out all the time.
Yeah. As I said, most of my recent adult friends have become some of my closest, like Jeremy and Dan. Like we leveled up quick and we see
Yeah.
each other a lot. And they definitely we were like friend bonding. And I do think you're on your, whatever, best version of yourself when you're with new friends, right? Sort of like romantic.
Two things on Jeremy and Dan. You said, "Oh, you guys level up quick." I mean, for Jeremy, you usurped quick.
Yes.
Usurped. It was a quick pincer movement.
Yep.
And then I'll all say, Dan made the social universe. He made the invite list this year.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. I think that's right. I think that's a good move. I like that. Um,
No response from him, so dead to me.
okay, yeah. I mean, didn't you just send it out yesterday?
I mean, who doesn't know what they're doing in 2 weeks, people?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I do not know.
Yeah.
What were we just talking about? On the downsides of it. I don't think, as I said, I think eventually it has to level out and be what it is, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, it depends on what happens sort of after the bombing is done, right? Love bombing
Right.
has it. But also, is it because I never understand about love bombing, and maybe I don't know if you know this either. Is the person who love bombs, are they nefarious or do they actually think the person's amazing?
Right. I think we got to ask some women on this, right? Because it seems to be like a thing that women coined about these guys who love bomb. And I think it was like, oh, there's like a group of like nefarious Lothario guys who do this. But I don't even think, right. I think most of the time people aren't doing it nefariously. I think they actually are caught up in that.
Oh, I see what love bombing is. So love bombing,
Or am I wrong? Or they're just a group of guys that's their style and tactic.
it's to rapidly create emotional dependence. So it's like
Mm.
manipulative.
Ah,
Um, that or you just get caught up in that early dopamine.
right. That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of people get caught up in that dopamine, both both partners in that. But
Yeah.
then I think it's yes, I think it's obviously nefarious if you go in with the intention of doing this and then like, oh, this will be a fun 2 weeks, you know?
Right. Yeah. Well,
Can you imagine if somebody wanted to be your friend for 2 weeks because like their wife was away and then like you just became besties and then they just completely ghosted you forever?
I mean, I feel like we've occasionally had a friend in the group who only wanted to hang out when convenient.
Yes, yes. That definitely happens, but they don't friend bomb like,
Right.
they
Right.
just go, "Hey, wife's out of town." And all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, you popped up. Okay."
I don't know. Maybe Matt, we should expand our definition of friendship bombing to guys who only reach out when it's convenient for them or they need to hang.
Yeah, but the bombing implies the intensity. That's why it doesn't work.
Yeah, they roll up and they're like, "Yo, man,
Right,
we
but
gotta hang
I'm
out."
saying one time they send one text, that's not friend bombing.
No, every time their wife goes out of town or they're
Right,
bored.
but I'm saying that the bombing is like successive, like
Right.
a
It's more like
lot.
a Dresden. It's like the Blitz.
Yeah, the blitz. There's no blitz here. There's no
Got it.
full court blitz to hang out.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Should we take a listener question?
Guys, we'll be right back with a listener question. Okay, guys, this is asking for a friend. If you have a friendship question or ethical dilemma, send it to us on Instagram and we will answer it on the show. Matt, take it away.
Hey, Matt and Caro, I made a new friend. Yay. And we clicked so fast that within a few months, we booked a guy's trip together. Since then, life happened and the friendship has cooled off. We're friendly, but we're not nearly as close as I thought we were when we booked the trip. Is this normal friendship evolution or a sign we rushed into the friendship version of a destination wedding? Help.
So the boys' trip hasn't happened yet.
Right. This is
Oh,
good. This is a good question. I don't think we've ever had anything like this one. Have we? No. This is
no,
a good question.
I love how our listeners always find themselves in, you know, what's that TikTok trend? I bet you're wondering how I got into this situation.
Oh yeah. I bet you're right. Yeah, I bet you're wondering how I ended up
I
in
got a
Peru.
boys' trip and I'm not friends with them anymore.
Yeah, I'm in Peru with a guy I used to date as a friend.
I think that I think that you should try to make the trip happen.
Say
And
more.
you should use the trip coming up as, by the way, very normal. I mean, the fact that you booked the boys' trip and then kind of cooled off, like fine, like it's not like that crazy. I think that's a perfect way to reach out and be like, "Hey, trip's coming up. Do you want to do X? Do you want to do Y? Like, what you're thinking?" It's just an excuse to like rev things up again.
How about this? I agree. I think you should take it unless you have an overwhelming feeling of dread about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you think you're about to get gone girled,
No, I don't even mean that. I just mean like if you're
yeah,
just like, I really don't want to do this. then don't do
Uh,
it. If you're just kind
yeah.
of like, oh, I was so stoked, and now I'm kind of like, fine. You know, I agree with you. I think it's a chance to kind of assess, like, is this friendship going to level up? Are we going to have a great time there? If you want to go, and you're just like not totally sure that you're BFFs.
Yeah, but how else are you going to level up unless you try this thing?
Right, right. So that's why I'm saying I think I agree with you. Um, because I'll say this, I think we talked about this a while back on the pod. Is that a lot of times guys need their spouses to remind them how fun it is when they see their friends, because they're kind of cool on their own friends in the interim.
Right.
You know?
So this guy needs to be reminded how much he liked the guy and did the boys trip with in the first place.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think potentially the only way to remind yourself of like, oh yeah, the reason I like this guy, we actually really have fun when we're hanging out. And like, I think in the interim, most guys tend to default to a little bit of a cool off. We don't communicate the way women do as frequently and as vulnerably. And so I think it's probably natural to feel after you went into a friend bombing phase with somebody and you became friends and you planned a trip, and then life gets in the way and you haven't seen them in a couple months and you have the
Yeah.
trip coming up. It's very normal to feel like, I don't know. Am I really that into this guy?
Yeah. Let's just say you decided you didn't want. Well, let me ask you this: could you invite a third party?
That they're not close with?
I don't
That's tough.
know.
I mean, presumably it's either a 1 night or a 2 night trip, I'm guessing.
How do you get out of it if you decide you want to get out of it?
Kid sick.
How many times is your kid actually sick? 50%?
Enough to always have that in the back pocket.
Yeah, 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 yeah. What if you
Julian
don't?
split his chin open last weekend. Poor guy.
It's funny. My girlfriend, she has a scar under here, and I have a scar under here. Does every kid have a scar?
Every human has. I have one too.
Yeah.
You see it.
Didn't your sister put you through a plate glass table?
No, my brother smashed my head through a window when we were growing up. Just wrestling.
uh,
But my sister ran through the plate glass window of the Roslyn Temple,
oh
and
God.
they sued, and I think that paid for Penn first year in the settlement.
Oh, okay. It's not bad.
Yeah,
That's not
Penn. Go Penn.
Yeah.
Go Quakers.
Love it. Just had my
Yeah.
reunion. We didn't even talk about it.
And then we had to go to a new temple, obviously.
Why were you going to temple in Roslyn?
It was my grandma's temple.
Right. What a schlep to go to temple.
Well, we used to always do Shabbat at grandma's.
Yeah. 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 Anyway, okay. So what if you decide, you know what? I got to pull the ripcord. How do you do it? Oh, wait, I just asked you that. Jesus, my brain just farted. What if you don't have kids though?
No, you just say, look, work's crazy.
Yeah.
Gonna have to push, and then you never book it again.
What do you think about saying, oh, I have COVID? Does anyone still get that?
Yeah, you could.
Is that
I mean, you could say that. You could say that.
Is that still a thing that people are getting?
I don't know, but you can always use random illness. But look, I think, look, it's tricky. Should you be booking trips with, people you just met?
I don't know, man. It depends on. Listen, or it could be like epic.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do think we talk about trips as a way to level up. So it is a good testing ground to see what the friendship, what's really, is there any there?
Yeah, I think you reach out and get the planning going. You like, what's our thing that we used to say? Just assume that it's going well, and dress for the job you want. Like, pretend this trip is going to be sick, and you're stoked to go, and then act like that. And the other guy may be like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, it's been crazy. I'm super pumped for this. Let's plan X, Y, and Z." If the other one's giving you milquetoast vibes, then you just cut it.
Totally. And I also think, we talked about, the phase of friendship, right? Of like the instant chemistry, whatever. And then the reality, there's the next phase that you and I talk about, right? Which is showing up. And so you're choosing your friends, right? That's real adult friendship, is choosing your friends over and over again.
but theoretically, this is like, a neophyte friend. So it's not quite
Yeah.
the same.
Yes. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying in general, it's making choices to actively do things with your friends.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, did you book it based on a version of friendship that doesn't really exist? Maybe. Right. As I said, if you're dreading it, that's information you got to listen to. But if you're just kind of like, I would go, right? You also may not know this person well enough that like a trip is a good way to get to know them on a deeper level, not just about the fun,
Right.
right?
I think err on the side of going, see what the vibe is. The worst case, you cancel it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I agree. I think go. I'm with Kira. I think go. Look, these whole, the friendship bombing, right? It's chemistry, it's all this stuff, and you felt it, and it's real, and then life gets in the way, and it's just like, okay, you've got to build your friendship on something, So maybe it's you find out more on this trip that you can really build the friendship on, right? Like a real
Yeah.
lasting friendship. Maybe you have an opportunity to have that layer that we could really build this on.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let us know. Do we answer that?
I think we're saying go.
Yeah. Go. I'd say go. Let us know how it goes. Guys, this was asking for a friend. If you have a friendship question, send it to us on Instagram and we'll answer on the show.
Can I tell you
yeah.
two times that occurred to me where friendship bombing is a very, very natural thing that happens to all of us. Earlier, well, one of them's a little earlier in your life, and another one is at a trend. Well, they're both at transition phases. Guess what I'm thinking of? I think the two most obvious friendship bombing moments in your life.
I mean, something involving school, like a roommate.
Yes. When you get to college.
Yeah.
That first week, are you still friends with some of those first week guys?
Yeah. Well, that was a famous rumination. Like,
Okay.
remember that one guy who was already there for some reason,
Yeah.
and he knew everybody.
Helped
and
you unpack.
Yeah, and then your mom always asks about, oh, what about
Right.
Jimmy that you
Right.
met?
So
I never
that's the
seen.
number one friendship bombing moment, I think.
Yeah.
Followed by number two, when you move to a new city and you don't know anybody.
Yes.
You hang on for dear life to whoever that new friend is, and you call them and you text them and you hang out with them every single night.
The difference there, I suppose, is that in the first example, it's more mutual because you're both in college for the first time.
Yeah.
Where in the latter, like the other person may not reciprocate the bombing.
Yeah. But I'm just thinking of moments where we're all kind of doing it, and that's just what your body and your mind and everything is telling you need.
Yeah.
It's like you need friendship right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good, the ability to love bomb is a good, if you can do it well and you need friends,
Yeah.
I mean, it's good thing.
Right. So what are some tips on healthy friendship bombing?
Well, listen, you got to know listen, what does Kara always say? Practice radical self-awareness. Like, is this person, receptive to your friendship advances? Are they DTF down to friend? Like, are they a good person? Are you being annoying? Like,
I think
also, are you bringing in?
Yeah, I think good friendship bombing, invite them to cool stuff early
I was just going to say, are you bringing anything to the table, or you're just like showing up there? Like, are you taking the initiative, or are you being the friend?
Inviting people to cool stuff is a good way to friendship bomb. Make sure that the texts are not at a 10-to-1 ratio.
Yeah. Right. Same thing with dating. If you're, I guess the question is, if you're the recipient of a friendship bomb and if you like it, do you bomb back? Or if you don't, how do you handle that?
Yeah. Obviously I think a mutual friend bomb is the best.
Right. Then you just go nuclear. What'd you call it?
You're matching energies. What is it no, there's fusion. So there's different types of bombs. There's the fission bomb and there's the fusion bomb.
Okay. Very Oppenheimer.
Right. Because fission is when they split, right?
Right.
Fusion is when they combine.
Got it.
To create a chain reaction.
Yeah. can I quickly just tell you about my reunion before we wrap up from
Yes.
college? Yeah, so I just had my 25th reunion at Penn, and it was pretty awesome. I would say your predictions were pretty much spot on. Like
That
it
you
was
were gonna have a
very
great time and that you should go to reunion, you're saying.
yes. I mean, I was always going to go, but I
Yeah.
was a little apprehensive because I randoms. I don't really need to see randoms, but it was
Right.
pretty fun. Like that first, to your point, that first night, it was probably like few hundred people of our class of 2,500. And like, some people you'd never seen in your entire life, other
Yep.
people you had one class with, and other people, we had a good big crew like of tertiary and secondary
Yeah.
friends. And it was pretty fun, I will say.
That's
Um,
great.
and like, now we've got a group chat going.
Also, just
Uh,
the feeling, right? When you hug somebody you haven't seen in 20 years.
it is a little bizarre being like, wait, have I not seen you like since we graduated? Like I've had a whole life since then.
I know it brings tears to my eyes, man. It's like emotional.
A
Your
lot
life,
of
your life is flashing before your eyes when you see these people.
Yeah, a lot of like, oh, that guy went gray, that guy went bald. Nobody is overweight because everyone's on GLPs.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Of course, you and I have discussed like there's some career apprehensiveness. You
It's
know,
natural. That's just natural. Those are natural feelings. You gotta let those waves hit you and do with that information and should be like, I'm happy, I'm good, I'm happy for them, and that's their path. And
yeah,
somebody's gonna be have more money than you, somebody's gonna have less money than you, somebody's gonna have more accolades. You're running your own race.
yeah. I mean, listen, I think that all of that stuff is true. It's still difficult to execute.
Of course it is. I
Yeah.
think the best way to execute is knowing that everybody feels that
Well, except for the people who are winning the race.
in one aspect. You don't know what
Of
aspects they're
course.
looking. They're
Yeah.
looking at you, going, "Oh, you're having so much fun with what you're doing."
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a couple people crushing it at some aspects, which I know for a fact, like struggling in others, which
Yeah,
I guess is life.
everybody's
Right.
got struggles, and
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
has something that they're doing really well and they're excited about.
But even that was less of an issue than because again, it's
Good.
all me. It's all in my head.
No,
No,
listen. I'm happy to hear that you were not like dwelling on it,
yeah. But it
or
was,
like I think for me, and I said this before, for me the hardest part is when people ask you what you're working on. It's so hard to say with specificity if there's no movie or TV that's coming out.
oh yeah, non-entertainment people. Yeah. Well, I texted you this. I, started my viral column Ruminations on College Life at Penn, and that's what I was always known for, even by people I didn't
Right.
really know. And now people were listening to the pod.
It's amazing.
Um,
It's
I,
great.
I, I don't, I don't know if I told you this specifically, but a kid that I like knew of, haven't seen him since graduation, was like, you guys inspired me. I reached out to like my 5 friends, and we're doing an annual fishing trip.
I mean, come on. To me, what we're doing, I mean, yes, obviously, some of these guys are making a lot of money and you're working 20 years. We're changing lives over here, baby.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. But it was good. And listen, you went to Penn Law. I mean, the campus is beautiful. Like, it's just like so collegiate. And, we went to the fraternity house.
Penn,
And
Philly is such an underrated city.
I mean, the city itself,
It's so accessible. I don't know. Coming from LA now, like I'd kill, because I love that about New York, but the fact that Philly, you can walk the whole city
yeah. I mean,
in
LA is
one
not
day.
really a city. It's a collection of
Right.
cities,
That's what
but
I'm saying. So I
yeah,
was just in Philly recently and I was just walking around and it's beautiful. The brownstones, it's really beautiful.
yeah, yeah. So overall, I mean, the other thing is, and we'll wrap up, we had 21 of our 25 guys.
That's
And
incredible.
I
That's
just keep
incredible.
thinking, of course, I'm going negative. I'm just like, that'll never happen again. Like, we will never get this group together ever
It
again.
will not. It will
Yeah.
not. That's not negative.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
reality. Why is that negative? It's just, I mean, it is.
I don't know. I don't know why. I keep thinking since then.
Actually, maybe it's somebody's funeral. Sorry to be dark.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Or maybe our 50th. I don't know. Like, I didn't realize that 25 and 50, like they are like uber reunions. So it was super fun. So thank you for encouraging me to go, even though
I'm so glad. I'm so pumped that you did that.
All right, guys, let us know about your friendship bombing experiences or your reunion experiences. Always remember, be good to yourself, be good to your friends. Love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy.